Most AI builds don't die in a crash. They die in a browser tab, open for days, then weeks, then quietly closed with a little story attached. I got busy, I'll come back to it. You won't. And the strange part is, nothing dramatic happened on the day it ended. It just stopped being worth the friction. That's the one nobody warns you about. The first two failure modes are loud. The crash, the whack-a-mole. This one is silent. It doesn't break your build. It walks away from it. And by the time you notice, you've already started something new. So let me walk you through how it actually goes, week by week, because the shape of it is almost always the same. And I want you to see the slide coming. Week 1 is the magic. You're building. It's fast. The screens are appearing. You can see the finished version in your head. You're showing people. You're sure. Week 2 is the whack-a-mole. The fixes start breaking each other. The energy leaks out of it a little. You stop showing people because every time you open it to demo something, something else is wrong. You're still in it, but you're working harder for less. Week 3, you don't open it. You meant to get to it Saturday, then Sunday. Then you told yourself next weekend. And then, almost without deciding to, you opened a fresh tab and started a new project because the new one is back in week 1, where it feels good again. No crash, no final error, just a slow drift away from a build that quietly stopped being worth it. Now here's why week 3, specifically, is where it lands. Because this is the part that makes it feel inevitable once you see it. Across those 3 weeks, every quick fix left a little mess behind. A patch on top of a patch on top of a patch. And none of it was ever cleaned up. Because there was never a structure to clean it up against. No plan the build was holding to. No place that recorded why anything was the way it was. The mess didn't stay flat, it compounded. Every new change had to thread through all the old changes, and there were more of them every day. So by week 3, you hit a quiet wall. You can't really read your own project anymore. And not because it's too technical for you, because there's nothing to read. There's no map of how it fits together. No note explaining why this piece exists or what that piece is for. Every time you open it, you're starting from scratch. And so is the AI. It has no memory of last week either. Nobody understands the project anymore. Not you, not the AI, not even the project itself. And that's the moment the math quietly turns against you. Adding one more feature now costs more than the feature is worth. More time, more risk, more untangling than the thing you'd get out of it. That's the collapse. It's not a crash. It's the day continuing stops being the rational choice. So sensibly, you stop. Here's the part I really want you to hear, because most people get it exactly backwards. When the build dies this way, they don't say the build failed. They say they failed. I got busy. I lost momentum. I'm just not disciplined enough to finish things. And then, 6 months later, that project hasn't moved an inch. And there are 2 more just like it, parked on the same arc, with the same story attached. That's the most expensive part of all of this. It's not the weeks you spent. It's the trust you quietly lose in your own ability to ship. Because you start to believe the problem is you. It isn't. The week 3 collapse is not a willpower problem. It's not a focus problem. And it's not a "you're not technical enough" problem. It is the completely predictable endpoint of building without a system underneath. When every change costs more than it's worth, the build ends every single time for everyone, no matter how disciplined they are. You didn't run out of grit. You ran into math. And math is fixable in a way that character flaws aren't, because it was never a character flaw. There's a way to build where the cost of change stays flat instead of climbing, and that's exactly where this is going. So if you've got a project sitting in a tab right now that you keep meaning to get back to, that's not you being lazy. That's failure mode number 3. And now you can see it for what it is. Next, we name the deepest one, the point where you open your own build and realize you genuinely don't know what it does anymore. You can't tell the AI how it works because you don't know either. That's where the diagnosis gets real. I'll meet you there.